Hey everyone joining. I just wanted to come live while I take out my rollers. Just so you can see the results as they're fresh. Most of the rollers I did one lock per roller, but a lot of them still I did double them up, only because I don't have enough rollers. So just watch me take it down if you want to see the results. Hey King, how you doing, King? See, I'm using your rollers. See, I'm not holding them in vain, okay? I'm making use of them. Look, you see, this is a 2-for-1 right here. But I prefer not to do that. I prefer to do 1 by 1. Even though that makes it really uncomfortable. It makes it more uncomfortable to like sleep. And here's my tip for sleeping in rollers. Well, when it comes to you putting the rollers in the first place, you want to not put them in all the way to the root. You want to give it a little bit of wiggle room. But I failed to do that this time. I did it too tight, especially because I retwisted it. Usually when I put rollers in, I don't retwist. I just think that it gives it more volume when you don't retwist, when you do a roller set. So usually I'll go for that. But I wanted to retwist my hair because I hadn't done it in a while, and I like to keep my retwists pretty regular to keep my hair uniform. So I did retwist this time, but that meant I had a difficult time sleeping on it. I definitely struggled. So I'm going to sleep real good tonight. So this is a good time. If you have any questions, ask me now. I don't come live often because I'm not very talkative, especially with me talking to myself essentially. So it's kind of awkward for me to go live, but I do like to engage with my viewers. So this is a good time. Ask me any questions. If not, you could just watch. That's fine too if you just want to watch and see the results. And of course, I'm going to make some content with the curls so you can see how they look with my fit. Today I'm going to a baby shower, so you'll see me at the baby shower. And I will definitely show you guys throughout the next maybe 2 weeks or so how the curls hold and how they fall. Because that's one of my favorite things about having curls, the way they look different as they fall. So you're getting more for your money, you know what I mean? You get the nice tight curl when you take the rollers out, but then as they fall, they start to get wavy and it gives you another look. How do you roll them? I roll them up to by the ends to the roots, but they still unravel during the night. Yes, I also roll from the ends to the root, but if they unravel, it's probably because of the way that you are securing it. So you want to you know what, let me show you. Okay. Do you see how my rubber band is holding on to it right here? That's going to make it secure. Even if I roll it too loosely to create a long-lasting curl, the fact that the rubber band is stopping right there, that's going to keep it in place and it's not going to unravel. I hope I explained that well. If not, feel free to ask me further. What products do you put in your hair before putting the rollers up? Well, so my hair was freshly washed, so it was shampooed. I didn't use conditioner this time. For those of you who don't know, I love me some conditioner in locks. I know that's controversial to some people, but I love it. It keeps my hair soft. My hair is very color treated. So I need conditioner. But because conditioner is often causes buildup, I don't use conditioner every single wash. So this wash, I didn't use any conditioner, but what I did was drench my hair in my rose water moisturizer. So my rose water moisturizer, it has rose water, it has glycerin, it has aloe vera juice, and horsetail extract, and distilled water. So I drenched my hair in that, and that Please check out the reviews on my website. Please check out the reviews, or even on my testimonials. That helps to keep hair moisturized longer. So not just locks. Like, I have customers who have curls who use it. I have customers who have loose natural hair who use it. It really helps to keep your hair moisturized longer. So that's all I used. And I did use some of my Love Light and Locks gel. This gel right here, I used some of it, but because using gel plus rolling on the rollers takes a really long time, I only used the gel on my locks that I felt were like extremely frizzy. So throughout my head, I have some locks that are frizzier than other locks. So I just used the gel on those to help tame the frizz as I rolled them on. But for the most part, I didn't use the gel all over. I think I used the gel like on my hairline too as well, I think. I'm pretty sure. Most likely I did that. So yeah, that's all I did. That's all I used. Let me see if I missed a comment. Let me tell you something, sister. I need you to make the horsetail a bigger size. That's my shit right there. Really? You bigger than 8 ounces? I feel like 8 ounces is really large. Most oils, I feel like people don't sell them in 8 ounces. This is a big bottle. It lasts. But I'll keep that in mind. But I'm definitely considering putting this in a larger size, the gel, for locticians to use, or hairstylists, I should say. But I'll keep that in mind about the horsetail. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm caught up on the questions and the comments. All right. So, yes. Hopefully this doesn't take me so long to take these out, because I'm hungry. I gotta go eat, and I gotta go get a little gift bag for the baby shower. I have my gifts, but I don't have a bag to put them in, so I gotta run to the dollar store. And I was gonna run to the dollar store with my rollers in, but I was like, you know what? Not today. Listen, because I'm not above going out running errands with my rollers, and I've done it plenty of times. I've done it. Girl, I just did my locks. What did you do? What did you do to your locks? It do, but I love it, and my daughter do too. So I understand. Maybe I should come out with like a family pack, a family pack horsetail oil, because I do hear that a lot. People do get it for the whole household, because it helps with all natural hair, not just locks. It took 5 hours, but it came out cute. 5 hours? What did you do? What did you do? 5 hours? If my hair takes 5 hours to do, then I'm doing something like lock knots. Lock knots take forever. Lock knots take forever. And the thing about those types of styles, like, it's hard on the fingers. My fingers are very delicate, and that's one of the reasons why I don't make lock jewelry anymore. If you've been following me for a really long time, you know that I started my business creating lock jewelry and selling lock jewelry. But it was hard on my hands, so that's why I stopped doing that. But maybe I'll bring it back every now and then, But yeah. So even like putting these in, it's hard on your hands. A lot of times people say that they can't get their curls to last when they use like rollers like this. But I shouldn't promise, because I could be wrong. But I believe that it could be because you're not rolling your hair tight enough on the roller. Like, if you can slide the rod out afterwards, I feel like you didn't do it tight enough. You shouldn't be able to slide it out if you want a really, really lasting curl. And that's from my experience. And when you do it really, really tight, it is hard on the fingers. Especially because these perm rods, you probably can't see it. They have like these little bumps to create friction, which help to keep the locks in place. I just washed my locks and now under the steamer. Nice. I retwisted it, braided it, and twisted it. Okay, yeah, you did a lot. That's why it takes so long. How long did this take you to do? So putting the rollers in probably took me, hey Ty. Putting the rollers in probably, I was watching a movie or something. So maybe up to 2 hours. But I slept in these rollers 2 nights. So I blow dried it throughout the day, because I have a hood attachment that goes onto my blow dryer, but I couldn't fit my head in it with the rollers. So I just had to use the handheld. So I was like, listen, I'm going to be in these rollers for the next 2 days. So I was out and about with my rollers in. I went to the post office with my rollers in. I went to CVS with my rollers in. You know, I went to the grocery store. No shame. Anything for the curl. Anything for the curl. Can I do this with my thick locks? Ty, you can. You can. You may need to get the right roller size. Maybe you'll need like one like this. Not so much like this. It might be a little, I mean, I think it probably can be done with your locks, but it'll probably be a lot more difficult to maneuver. So it'll be harder on your hands. But maybe something like this. But I've definitely seen really thick lock curls. What other methods? I mean, lock knots are always viable. Yeah, but definitely not like pipe cleaners. Forget about it. You probably can't do pipe cleaners. I styled towards the front of my hair. Nice, nice. I haven't did my hair in 6 months. That's why it took so long too. There's that. Gotta work with all that new growth. Yours always been beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And that's another thing. That's the reason why I retwisted it this time, because I don't like to retwist my hair with my curls, but throughout my lock journey, I retwisted my locks almost every 2 weeks, and that's why my locks are still uniform, because I retwisted a lot more than most people. I'm not telling you that you should retwist your hair every 2 weeks. Whoever's listening, I'm not telling you you should retwist your hair every 2 weeks. What I am saying is that me retwisting my hair every 2 weeks helps my hair be uniform. And plus, I have fine textured hair, so we tend to have breakage more often when we go too long without retwisting. So there's that. Yeah. There's that. And the only reason why I mixed these sizes is because I didn't have enough of these. I really wish I had all of these or more of these. But for one, these are not mine. These are Kafele's. He did my hair and then I went home with them. So I have them. And he ran out of the gray ones, so he had to use some of these. So that's why you're going to see some like inconsistency. But I made sure to put the big ones in the back so that the smaller curls are going to fall on top of it. So hopefully it's not going to be that obvious that the curls are different sizes once my hair is all down. So you'll see. You will see. Again, for those just coming in, I'm just taking down my curls, chopping up with you guys. So if you have any questions, it's a great time to ask. Could be about anything, all right? Surprise me. You're not gonna surprise me. Listen, every time I come live, I'll be like, hey, you guys don't have to ask me a lot of questions. You can ask me anything. Keisha, how often do you twist your hair? Keisha, what shampoo do you use? Okay, all right. That's fine. Sometimes I just want to come live and like just talk. But at the same time, you guys don't follow me for nothing else besides hair. Because that's all I post. I don't post much of my personal life. I don't post much about like, you know, politics or current events or whatever. So that's fine. Congrats on a new product placement. More prosperous. Thank you so much. Yes, that's true. I almost forgot. My gel, my horsetail leaf growth oil, and my rose water moisturizer is now available on Walmart.com. Yay! I mean, it's not really a huge deal, but it's progress. You know, one thing about getting my products in Walmart, one reason why that was important to me was because just visibility. You know, people who already know me, they're gonna already follow me and want to try my products, they're going to order from KeishaCharmaine.com because they know me. But if they don't know me and maybe they're on Walmart.com searching for hair stuff, or maybe they're on Google searching for hair stuff, they come across my products on Walmart, new customers, more visibility, more reach. So that's the main reason why I wanted to be on Walmart.com. So it's a nice little addition. So thank you for that. Yeah, you are progressing so well. I'm proud of you. Thank you, Kim Walker. I appreciate that. I love all your hair products, and so does my hair. Oh, I love to hear that. Thank you. Thank you. And we have a shampoo coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. It's a detox shampoo. How often do you curl your locks? Honestly, I try to curl them as much as I can. I don't know like exactly how often I do it, but lock curls are my favorite, and I find that it's easier for me to style my hair when they're curled. Whether it's a head wrap or just any kind of style, they're easier to style when they're curled. So I like to style them as much as I can. So if I know I'm not going to be going anywhere important for a couple of days and I can stay in the house while they dry, then I'll do that. So yeah, shit, stop playing. Products in any large commercial store is a big win. Thank you Ray Dante, but it's in a commercial website. It's not actually on the shelves of Walmart. So yeah, that's why I'm not like super excited. I am grateful, but it's not like it's on the shelves, if that makes any difference. You know, matter of fact, it's probably better that it's on the website because it's going to be accessible to more people on the website versus in a store or a few stores that are only going to have so much foot traffic. So thank you for saying that. It is a big deal. Yes, thank you, Kim. Yeah. So I was really excited when I got it on when I got my gel on Amazon. So you may know my gel has been on Amazon since maybe June or July. And it's been, listen, I don't know what. Shout out to Amazon. Shout out to Amazon, because my gel moves on Amazon better than it moves on my shop, which is interesting. My gel moves better on Amazon than it moves on my website. But one, it's on Prime. So people are more likely to order on Prime if they have Prime. And two, there's like 300 million Prime users to my 100,000 YouTube followers, or my 80,000 subscribers on Instagram. And my mailing list is much smaller than that. So my reach on my shop is not, it's not that large. So I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that my gel is moving so well on Amazon. But I still am surprised because my gel is pretty expensive compared to a lot of similar products because it's natural. So, but hey, people, I'm glad that people are down to pay for what it is that they desire for themselves. Because until I have like really big companies backing me, I can't lower my prices. For those of you who are not really familiar, like the prices are, they go by, how much you can order at one time. So if I'm going to order 10 gels from a manufacturer, tell them to make 10 of my gels, then they're going to charge me more than per gel if I were to order 1,000. So if I order 1,000 from them, each gel jar is going to be cheaper. That's how wholesale works, if you're not familiar. So when I get backed by like a bigger company who's down to order 5,000 jars of my gel, then I can lower my prices. Until then, this gel is about $30. It's worth it though. Natural. If you care about natural ingredients, you care about nourishing your hair as well as styling your hair, then it's well worth it. Let me scroll up a little bit. I missed some comments. Yeah, most money circulating is on the internet. Exactly. Yes. Ray Dante is on the virtual shelves. Yes, Kafele, absolutely. The virtual shelves. Just use the gel on my locks. Love it. Yes. I listen. This is probably my favorite product that I have. Can I really say that? I'm just really proud of it. I worked with a chemist to create the formula. I told them exactly how I wanted it and what I wanted in it. And like we had some sampling and all of that. The process was really cool. Super expensive though. Super expensive. But well worth it. I wanted to give up on it, honestly, because it wasn't moving the way I needed it to move. I was going to like discontinue the gel. But once I learned how to put my stuff on Amazon, I'm not giving up on that gel. I'm gonna get this gel in places. I'm gonna just say that. I don't want to put too much of my goals out there, but I'm gonna get this gel in places. More digital dollars circulating than physical dollars. Any business activity on the internet is the way of the future. You right, and I gotta remember that, because a lot of times product-based businesses, we want to see our stuff on shelves, we want to see it. I want to go to Walgreens and see my stuff on the shelves and take a picture with it, like, with the little poster of like maybe a model getting their hair done or whatever, but it's all right, because like you said, like all y'all are saying in the comments, the money is online. Hot Mommy says it's worth the money, people. Thank you. Kim Walker agrees. Thank you. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. What is the name of your gel and rose water? The gel is, well, my brand, I need some water. My brand is called Love Light and Locks, and I only have one gel. So right now it's the Love Light and Locks gel. It's just one gel. It's got a peppermint smell because there's peppermint essential oil in it. Now this particular gel is not quite the same consistency as the ones that I have on the shelves. It's a little gooier, and it's not as green. So again, natural ingredients, sometimes they're not as consistent. So some of my jars are a little greener than others, but that comes with the territory when you're using natural ingredients. So yeah. Oh, and the rose water is called the Rose Water Moisturizer. And if you look on my profile, you see testimonials on my highlights. You can just go through my highlights. You'll see the different products and what people are saying and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to buy one. Thank you, Benson. Please don't discontinue it. I won't. Listen, do you see what this is? You see this? I'm not going to show you the front, but this is my business plan, along with like some application and paperwork, trying to get me some money, okay? Trying to get me some grant money, okay? Because once I get some help, I'll be able to expand in so many ways. I said so many ways. I don't even want to expand in so many ways. I just want a broader reach. So, yeah. So I'm not going to give up. I don't have a plan B. I mean, I guess I do have a plan B. I could go back to school. I had always wanted to do that. I always told myself, I was going to go back to school to pursue my master's once my business is in the standing that I want it to be in. Because I'm not paying for a master's degree in 2023 until I can be comfortable paying for that. Especially with the way of the world today, it kind of doesn't make sense. And it kind of doesn't make sense to like pursue higher education unless your field requires higher education. So when I went to college, I wanted to, if you would have asked me when I was a kid or like a teenager, what do I want to be when I grow up? I would have told you I wanted to be a principal. I wanted to be a principal. Can you believe that? Can you guys see me as a principal? I can see it. But, yeah, so obviously, like, you have to go to college for education. You can't pursue teaching and things like that without that. So it was necessary for me to go to college. But when I got to college, I didn't even want to pursue education anymore. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I started, my degree is in Africana Studies and Sociology. I don't want to give y'all all my whole work history, but I was working with in social work for a while. I worked with in the college, what do you call it? Like college. Goddamn, I can't think of what you call it. Not college, admission. I helped with college admission. And I worked with mentally ill people. I worked with homeless people. I worked with kids in the shelter and after school programs. I did a lot of stuff that was kind of relevant to my field, or to my degrees, I should say. But now what I'm doing, Africana Studies is still kind of relevant, Afro hair, I'm working with Black people, Catch up on the comments. Okay. And people, y'all have to get her head wraps for the winter because they are awesome if you like to wrap your locks. Thank you, hot mommy. You're so supportive. Yes, and my long head wraps will not be returning after they're completely sold out. So if that's something that you're interested in, like the kind of head wraps that you wrap up, in unique ways. If you want them from me, they're almost sold out. So there's that. But my infinity head wraps are going nowhere. Those are the easy head wraps to wear. They're very versatile. Like those are the ones that you see me promoting on my page the most. The infinity head wraps. Like they're so easy to use. Anybody can do it. Beginners, it's beginner friendly. But even if you're not a beginner, like you can make some really, really cool hairstyles with the infinity head wraps. So those, I have a ton of those on my shop. I actually have to re-up, but I still have a ton available now. And yeah, shop. Actually, we have an ongoing sale for the head wraps, for the infinity head wraps. And that sale is code infinity, all caps, to buy 5, get 1 free. And they're already pretty like affordable, but who doesn't like a little freebie? I can see it, but I agree with your ideas about whether your field requires higher education. Yeah, because it's just so expensive. It's just so expensive to just be getting a degree just to be having a degree. Like just to say I have a degree, it's not in 2023. Like back in the day, like my parents' age, or like maybe people even in between my parents' age and my age, like I can understand it. Like you just wanted to have a bachelor's degree on your resume. But now it's just like, yo, people have bachelor's degrees and can't even get a job that could pay off their bachelor's degree. And listen, I was having an argument with one of my homeboys back in like a couple of years ago, and he was so against Biden trying to forgive us for our student loans. And I'm just like, why? Like, why are you against student loan forgiveness? And he said he was against it because you made a promise to pay the loans. You should have to pay it back. And I'm like, but do y'all realize how predatory these loans are? How you gonna tell me I'm 18 years old? I'm 18 and you gonna tell me if I want to go to this college, I have to sign up for this loan to pay for it? I'm 18. I can't even rent a car at 18. But I can take out $40,000? Bruh, that's not even cool. That shouldn't even be legal. Do you see what I'm saying? I have every color. Oh, you do? Well, we have some new ones coming in, so stay tuned. So you can build your collection some more if you want. Miss Irvin says, if you ever bleached your hair, did you find that it changed anything about your hair? And would you recommend it? So I've never bleached my hair, but I've dyed my hair countless times. And when you're dyeing hair, there's bleach in the dye, especially if you're dyeing it blonde. So I used blonde dyes before, which didn't quite make me blonde, but it lifted my hair significantly. So there's bleach in it. And I would say that it made my hair frizzier. It made my hair frizzier, but I don't. Oh, and I think it also made my hair a little more coarse. Like it made this part more coarse. Of course, my hair was still growing out in my normal texture. My hair is, I don't like the hair type system, but I'll say my hair is about like 4A, 4B, and I have 4C in a lot of areas too. So all the 4s, I got all the 4s in my head, but and it still grows out like that. But sometimes my locks, they feel more coarse, and I don't mean dry. I mean coarse. So would I recommend bleaching? No, I wouldn't. But it depends. If you want to keep your hair long term, if you want to keep your locks long term, then I don't recommend it. But if you only plan on keeping your locks for a couple of years, maybe you plan to shave your head one day in a few years, then sure, go ahead, bleach it up if you want. A lot of those. Good morning, everyone coming in. Well, good afternoon now, technically. It's 12:05 over here in New York. I want gray highlights. I have virgin hair and I'm super nervous. I just want highlights, but do you have any tips? Well, I have a big tip for you. Go to a professional. Don't play around. Don't play around. My mouth is so dry, y'all. Sorry. I don't have a water bottle nearby. But yes, go to a professional. Don't play. That's my tip. And do some research on the colorist you go to. Color hair wax. Yeah, I mean, I've only used one color, and it didn't really look very believable. It didn't look like I dyed it. It looked like I put some hair wax on it, hair color wax on it. But maybe if I tried other colors, I may have better results. But that's something that's an option. But also remember, like that's a lot of product you're putting on your hair. So just make sure that you're using really good clarifying shampoo. Make sure you're doing your lock detoxes, okay? Because that will cause buildup if you use it without properly clarifying your hair. I use gold, and yeah, that's the one I use. I use the gold, and I feel like it just didn't look believable. Like it didn't like it's supposed to look like blonde, but it didn't look believable. You know what I mean? I have videos on my channel, so if you guys are curious, you can look up my YouTube channel and then look up hair color wax, I guess. I love when my locks are curly. What's a good way to retain curls for a long time? Good question, Tori. So I have a really thorough video on YouTube about this, but in short, the way you create your curls is going to be a major determining factor in how long your curls last. So, for instance, in my experience, one of the longest lasting curls you're gonna get is from pipe cleaners. So pipe cleaner curls create the longest lasting curls, in my opinion. But they're not my favorite method. My favorite method are perm rods, and how I get long lasting results with my perm rods are by using freshly washed hair. Like a lot of people like to just wet their hair, like mist it, and then try to roll it. No. Make sure your hair is wet. I mean, you don't want it to be dripping wet. Like squeeze the water out, but you want to make sure that your hair is completely saturated first. Make sure it's completely saturated, and then roll it up. Some people like to use mousse. When Cafele does my curls, he puts mousse on afterwards. Like he put the rollers in, and then he'll mousse it all down. When I'm doing it myself, I don't use any mousse. I will use my my rose water moisturizer, like I mentioned earlier on in the live. I use that to help my hair stay hydrated longer, because when I have my hair in curls, I don't mist it while they're wet. I mean, I don't mist my hair while it's curled. So I want to make sure that my hair is as moisturized as possible prior to applying the curls or installing the curls. So I'll use my rose water moisturizer because that's good for that. And did I say this already? Put your locks, like apply the rollers tightly, like wrap your locks in the rollers tightly. If you can slide the roller out your hair, I feel like it's not tight enough. If you can just slide the roller out. Like, watch this. I'm gonna try. You see, I can't pull it out. And to me, that means this is a good, viable curl. If you can pull it out, then I feel like you could have done tighter. And if you could have gone tighter, that means your curl could have lasted longer. So I think those are my best tips that come to my mind. I may have some more tips that I can't think of right now, but I have a YouTube video on it where I explain like my best practices. The wax faded after a couple of hours. Really? Oh no, I had to wash mine out, child, when I did it. I braided my hair, then applied it, took my hair down, and had streaks. Oh, that sounds cool. I remember the video. Awesome. I have it on my YouTube profile picture. It looks good for a picture. I know outside probably different. Yeah. And that's the case with like a lot of things. You know, they look cool in pictures, but in person, child. Sidebar. I remember, so this is unfortunate for me, but I learned how to do makeup on YouTube. I mean, by watching people on YouTube back in like the 20 teens. And back when the 20 teens, when the makeup scene was hot back then, you know what was popular? Like just really heavy makeup. Just really heavy, flawless makeup. So that's how I learned how to do my makeup. So, like, and I would look at them girls and I'd be like, they look so flawless and beautiful and perfect. But when I look at my face, I'm like, I look like I could like all this makeup off. And then I remember one time, well, 3 times, I went to BeautyCon. So BeautyCon is like the convention for all the makeup YouTube influencers and stuff. So when I went to the first one in New York, so I met a lot of makeup girls in person for the first time. And when I looked at them in the face, I was like, oh my God, you're wearing a lot of makeup. It doesn't look like that in your videos. I mean, I can see how much product you're applying, but it still doesn't look like it's a lot. But in person, I look like I can dip a chip in and scoop some makeup off of your face and eat it. Like, that's what that looks like in person. So I definitely outgrew that. I don't wear that much makeup anymore at all. So, like, if you look at my YouTube videos from the 20 teens, child, just know that's because I was watching YouTube videos on how to do my makeup. Now, I just, listen. If it's that serious, I'll put on the filter like I got on right now. But every now and then, I prefer like concealer. My skin is not very problematic. It was at one point in time, child. But my skin is not very problematic. So I don't really need like all that foundation and stuff. Do you retwist before you perm rod your locks? Normally, I do not. But I did this time because I feel like it had been a little bit of a while before since I had retwisted last. And I like to keep my retwists consistent because I like the uniformity that I get in my locks when I retwist them regularly. And I like the frizz control that comes when you retwist regularly. And I like for my roots to be groomed regularly because I have fine textured hair. And when you have fine textured hair, loose roots tend to break more easily. So if you have fine textured hair and you find that like your hair is like snapping a bit at the roots, it could be because you're not retwisting your hair as often enough for you. It's very often broadcasted that when you have locks, you shouldn't retwist often. You should not retwist often. You shouldn't retwist often. It really depends on your hair texture. The people who don't need to retwist often, they have coarse hair. That means their hair strands are thicker. That means they're essentially stronger. But if you have fine hair strands, like thinner hair strands, they will tend to break away when they're not groomed and maintained. Yeah. Do you use the rose water every day? I personally don't, but I know people who do and get good results from doing it every day. But I don't find that I need to do it every day. I do it multiple times a week, but I don't do it every day. Honestly, I'm not a very clockworky person. Like I'm not very like regimented. I'm not super like schedule-y. I'm a free spirit. You know what I mean? So I couldn't even really tell you how often I do it, but I do it multiple times a week, more than once. You know, facts. I wash mine out. Okay. You don't need a filter, lady love. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I do, and today was one of them days because I did not sleep. I could not sleep when these rollers tonight and last night. Like I said before, I don't know if you guys are just joining, but usually when I put rollers in my head, I recommend that you leave about like a 2 centimeters of like wiggle room so that it's more comfortable when you sleep. But that's easier to do when you don't retwist. But this time I retwisted. So I rolled it completely to my scalp. And that made it really difficult to sleep on it. So I didn't sleep last night very well. So I look tired. So I have a filter on. Nothing wrong with looking tired, but when you have big eyes, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just, this is a me thing, but I have big eyes and I hate the way I'll be looking when I look tired. Like, oof. It's another sidebar. You know, I hate when people tell me, Keisha, you tired? You look tired. Don't ever tell me I look tired. Don't tell me I look tired. I'm gonna get an attitude with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tired. I could run a mile, even if I'm dead tired. I'm gonna say I'm not tired. I can run a mile. Because don't tell me I look tired. That's just me. They probably didn't mean nothing by it, but that's just a personal thing. That's something I gotta work through. That's a personal problem. I like how you explain the difference on hair texture and twisting. You know, sometimes it's really hard to explain that, but I'm glad that you guys can understand it. Thank you, Sunflower Locks. I think I will love you either way. Oh, you're sweet. You're sweet. Not tired or not. I am hot. I'm in front of this window, but there's no breeze coming in, child. And I don't want to turn on this fan right here. Okay. So I'm almost done taking these down. Blessings, blessings. I'm almost done. So for those of you just coming in, this is a great time to ask your little questions, because I don't come live often because I'm a little awkward talking to myself. It feels weird talking to myself. And I haven't even been making YouTube videos that often anymore. I don't know if I'm outgrowing it. Because I used to love making YouTube videos. I used to love it. But I guess it's more than just not the love of it, but like, that's not my bread and butter. Like, my business is my bread and butter. But I do need to get back onto YouTube though. I need to do it more often. So I'm gonna give myself a little challenge. Do you know how many locks you have? Absolutely. How many locks do you think I have? And I'll tell you if you're hot or cold. How many locks do you think I have? You're not talking to yourself. I mean, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to my viewers. But it feels like I'm talking to myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if you guys are real. For all I know, y'all could all be bots. Like, for all I know, you guys could be like figments of my imagination. And for all you know, I could be AI. Have you ever seen me in person? I could be AI. Ever thought about that? Am I on TikTok? Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, I post the same stuff on TikTok that I post on here. Every now and then I'll post a more like chatty post on TikTok, because I think that those types of videos are received better on TikTok than on Instagram. How do you combine your locks? There's a few ways. One way, the easiest way in my opinion, is to just start retwisting them together. And that way you end up having like, what they call it, two-headed dragons. My shoulders need a little break. So that's an easy way to retwist them. To combine them by just starting to retwist them together. You can use these crochet needles to combine them. Although I don't recommend you do this yourself. If you don't know what you're doing, go to a loctician who has that service. In the past, when I combined a few locks, I just retwisted. I two-strand twisted them, and then as they grew out, I just started to retwist them as one. And yeah. Think of affirmations you're building yourself. What are you referring to, TV14? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. 85 blocks? No, I have more than 85. Yeah, because you're not seeing us. Right, exactly. I'm not seeing y'all, and y'all not really seeing me. Y'all seeing your phone screen. Think about it. How Mommy says 75. Oh, I have 75, and yours look like way more than I have. Well, I do have more than 75. I do. I also have more than 85. I'm not sure if I said that already. But TV 14 guessed 85. I have more than 85. You're more of a SI. What is SI? When I hear SI, I'm from New York. I think of Staten Island. And I'm definitely not no Staten Island girl. Don't put that on me. No offense to anybody from Staten Island watching me. We love you. I'm massaging. All right, TV 14. Don't do too much, please. I'm gonna stop messing with you. Thank you. You have inspired me. I'm about to dye my red hair black. However, I am concerned about retaining moisture. Do you have a pre and post color strategy for a color move that drastic? Okay, so I will start by saying this. Going from any color to black is going to be easier maintenance compared to any other color transformation. Going black is easier. You know, the lighter the hair color, the harder it is to maintain the moisture. So you'll know that if you ever tried blonde or anything like that. What else do I want to say about that? Okay, do you use conditioner? I know a lot of people are against it. I always say this though, I'm team conditioner. I've been using conditioner since day 2. I'll say day 2 because I didn't start my locks myself. Somebody started my locks for me in a salon, but my first retwist was me. I did that, and I've been using conditioner ever since. Not every single wash, but ever since. Ever since I had starter locks, and it served me well. You guys, I don't know how long you guys have been following me, but just last year in December, I cut my locks, and they were down past my butt. I am 5'8". My locks were like a quarter way into my thigh length. Okay, I'm 5'8". At that time, my locks were 12 years old. I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot of people whose locks got that long in that short amount of time. People tend to have a lot of breakage, especially when they color it so often as how much I color my hair, or I've colored my hair. Because when I had my hair red, I colored it all the time because I wanted the red to stay vibrant. So I was coloring my hair a lot, and I was using blonde dyes a lot to like lift my roots so that the red could take better. Like I was doing a lot of coloring. So conditioner has served me because I didn't have to like big shop like a lot of people do who deal with color breakage. I didn't have to, trim my hair a lot. I didn't have to deal with hair breaking and falling in the middle of the street and stuff like that, like a lot of people do deal with. So yes, I do believe that conditioner has served me. Yeah. Spiritually intelligent. Okay. 114 or 124. I have less locks than that, but I will say this. When I started my locks, I had 120, but I have combined some since then. So I have less than 124. How often do you wash your locks? I wash my hair every 2 weeks or so, like every 2 weeks. And I know that's more often than most people, but that's what my scalp requires. I'm also team conditioner. I'm happy to hear that. Simply Shanae Marie. Yes, I started using Miel Organic Deep Conditioner, but I'm going old school and I'm about to use hair mayonnaise from Organic Root Stimulator. Okay, but I will say this about deep conditioners, because deep conditioners are very heavy. When I recommend conditioner, I usually recommend like milky conditioners as opposed to super creamy conditioners, because the milky conditioners are a lot easier to wash out. So I'm not saying don't use that. I'm just saying like just be mindful. Just be mindful of how you wash it out. I do have a post on here on my Instagram giving tips on washing out conditioner. I'm getting sleepy, child. Oh yeah, I didn't sleep good last night. I do have some tips. Like, okay, for instance, maybe you want to fill up a basin of water after you finish washing out your conditioner. soak your hair in the basin and really massage it out, because really thick conditioner can cause product buildup. Or if you don't want to do that, just make sure that you're doing like deep cleanses regularly, like apple cider vinegar cleanses, for instance. Make sure you're doing that regularly. But if you have color treated hair, then you want to be mindful, because that's going to strip your hair color. So yeah, keep that in mind. What else? Yeah, use clarifying shampoos. I have a detox shampoo coming out soon. Stay tuned for that. And that'll definitely help people who have product buildup issues. My dad been growing his for 33 years. Nice. Which conditioner do you like using? Honestly, I'm the type of person that when I go to hair events and stuff, I usually get like VIP, or not that I'm just like getting free stuff, but I mean like I'll purchase a VIP ticket. Usually that'll come with like some goodie bags of products and stuff. So I'll be using whatever products I get for free. Or if maybe sometimes, like, this hasn't happened in a while, but like brands, you would send me, free products and stuff to use, and I'll just use that. And I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I guess if I had to just give you a recommendation, like just one, I would say Pantene. As for like the brands that are targeted to natural hair, I do like Mielle. I forgot which one that I have one in my shower right now. Actually, it's a little thick for my liking, which is why I prefer the Pantene, because Pantene is not as thick. But I do like Mielle's what comes to mind as far as the black brands. I don't know if I've ever used a Shea Moisture conditioner. I like their shampoos, but I don't know if I've ever used a Shea Moisture conditioner. Yeah, I can't really think of any other that I'm crazy about. I'm not really crazy about any particular conditioner. Just make sure it's milky. Or if it's not milky, then dilute it. 117 locks. Okay, you guys are not guessing, so I'm going to just tell you. I have 94 locks. Be mindful of the buildups. Yes, be mindful of buildup. Use clarifying shampoo. And shampoo regularly. A lot of times people, I hear about you guys not doing your hair for like 8 weeks and stuff. You guys gotta wash your hair. Wash your hair, please. Not only are you washing your hair, but you're washing your scalp. And your scalp is skin. Think about how often you bathe your skin. Most likely you bathe every day. I'm not saying you should wash your hair every day, but I'm saying you want to wash it a little more often. I think I got all my rollers out. Ooh, I need to massage my head. I'm going to massage with this once I get off. This is my horsetail leaf growth oil. This is a customer fave. Well, it's my oldest product. It's my first product. Love you. Take them out more gently. You're pulling the curls out. Hush. Makes sense? Good. Have had locks since 1995. Cut every few years. But when they get too long and on my nerves, I know it's time to trim them back to my waist and enjoy them again. Nice, yeah. I don't think I will let my hair get past my tailbone again. I'm not doing it. It's too much. Did y'all see the video I posted last year, like where my hair got slammed in the security door, and it yanks me. Luckily nobody was there to see it, but it yanks me back. It's just a lot. When your hair is too long, it's just too much sometimes. But to each their own. If you're comfortable, that's great. That's great if you're comfortable. But if you're not comfortable, come on. How do you deep cleanse? How I personally deep cleanse, I have a basin. I'll fill it up with hot water, tolerably hot, and I'll put apple cider vinegar in it and soak my hair in that. Back in the day, I would put baking soda in it too, but now I don't do that anymore. I learned from Jocelyn Renee that that's not good for your hair pH, so I don't use and she's one of the locticians who I learned a lot from. We don't agree on everything. Like for instance, she doesn't agree on conditioner, but that's something that I personally believe in from my own experience. But yeah, so that's one way to do it. And another way, a lot of people hate this way too, but it works. I'll put some Dawn in that water, and that works too. Yep. I know people don't like that because it's not a natural solution, but it's effective. It's effective. Just make sure you follow up with your moisturizing afterwards, but it works. Especially if you are somebody who has really bad product buildup. Maybe you've had your locks for a really, really long time and you've never done a detox. You may need to put that Dawn in that water. Yeah, I said it. I plan on getting some of your horsetail oil next month from my husband. Oh, thanks. I hope he likes it. My dad's drag on the floor or ground at times. He wraps his a lot. I'm sure he does wrap it a lot. I'm sure he does. Rapunzel problems. Yup. You have a video on YouTube on your deep cleanse. I do have videos. I have 800 videos on my channel. So most likely I have a video on any kind of subject you may think of. I have a video on it. Me and Dawn are friends as well. I'm glad I'm not alone because I use it sometimes. Dr. Brown peppermint soap works well also for buildup. Oh yes, I forgot. Thank you, Hot Mommy. I forgot to mention that. I have done that too. I've done that most recently. I've done that using Dr. Bronner's soap, not just peppermint, but I've also used tea tree, and I'll soak my hair in that. And that's very effective. Yes, to the Dawn or lemon Ajax dish soap. Oh, okay. I've also used palm olive, and honestly, I just used it because I had it in my kitchen. But Dawn seems to be the one that's most recommended. But yeah, I've used palm olive as well. It was like an extra strength palm olive, and it didn't leave my hair feeling dry at all, honestly. But I still followed up with the moisturizer because did I use conditioner that time? I probably did use conditioner afterwards. I'm not sure, but even though my hair didn't feel dry and stripped afterwards, I just felt like psychologically, I'm like, yo, I just put this soap in my hair. I gotta put some conditioner in this now. Like psychologically, I felt like I had to do that, but it really didn't feel stripped. So for those of you who have used the soap, did your hair feel stripped afterwards? Did your hair feel stripped? So I got all the rollers out. So I'm gonna get off shortly once I catch up on these comments. Hair slammed in the door, caught in my shirt or jacket with other problems. Yup. Got to remember that kind. That's kind of what you signed up for. Yeah, I guess. Until you trim it, you signed up for it. You signed up for it. One YouTube loctician swears by only yellow dish soap. So, VJ, do you know what loctician that is? I wonder if it's someone who I follow or who I know of. But okay, yellow dish soap. So which one is that? Is that the Ajax, the lemon Ajax that somebody mentioned earlier? Do you do something specific to your hair after you work out? Well, I'm not a big cardio person. I'm more of a weightlifting person. So I don't sweat as much as a lot of people sweat. So no, I don't personally do anything different, but I will recommend you something. If you have a sweating, not if you have a sweating problem, but if you sweat a lot when you work out, I do recommend that you get some dry shampoo. So dry shampoo, there's like gel versions and there's also like spray versions. But basically, it's a product you can put on your scalp and then you wipe it off with like a dry washcloth to help you get all that like sweat off your scalp so that you're not experiencing like buildup on your scalp from your sweat. Especially if you work out a lot, that could happen. What else can I recommend? So if you're concerned, that's if you're concerned about sweat. But if you're concerned about like maintaining a retwist, I'll recommend that you work out with your hair in like a do-rag or like a scarf. Keep it secure. And even after you wash your hair, even after you finish working out, keep the scarf on until your sweat dries. And then follow up with the dry shampoo. And that way your retwist stays intact. I hope that made sense. I feel a wave of sleepiness coming over me, so I'm not sure if I'm articulating myself properly. I've been on your YouTube. I'm going to be nosy next time I'm on there. Soap strips mine. Okay, soap does strip yours? Okay. Yes, Ajax will dry out strands, but it lifts all that buildup out with less washes. Okay. Sorry, when you put your hair to the side, I standing in love for with you. Hi, boo. Hey, Christina. You're knowledgeable on these lock process. Yes, I've been locked for 13 years now, and I did do some significant research before I started. Tried to find her, but couldn't. Okay, it's okay, VJ. Thank you. I'll look it up. I would like to know why she. Wait, did you say it was a she? Yeah. I would like to learn why she specifically recommends that one in particular, because I've never used the yellow soap for that. I've only used Palmolive and Dawn as far as the soaps go. But again, apple cider vinegar. Again, okay, the soaps, like if you have a really bad product buildup issues, then go that route. But if it's not that bad, apple cider vinegar is great. Apple cider vinegar, or just the Dr. Bronner's Castile soaps are great too. Oh, the smell? Okay, well, in that case, okay, then that's not a big deal. I was thinking it was probably something in the ingredients. I don't know, as far as like hair health, I don't know. That made sense. Thank you for the dry shampoo scarf recommendation. Awesome. Great. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining this live. I will save this for my page in case you want to refer back to anything I said. Everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe.